Hello friends, I hope you are having a wonderful week so far. I am so excited to share with you that today is the launch of the Sarah Rivkah kit with Rapunzel. Yay! So this is one of the things that I was doing when I went up to Rapunzel headquarters, was to pick out the scarves, the accessory, for my kit. And so the Sarah Rivkah kit, available now, linked below, consists of 3 items. Item number 1 is this beautiful lightweight scarf in an autumnal floral pattern that comes with tassels on the end. Scarf number 2 is a brown and gold shiny-licious scarf. So this is like the really also like very thin, lightweight with tassels on little fringe on the end. And then the final item in the kit is this headband. So you can see it's got little white flowers, it's got pearls, it's got crystals, and all of that is tied together with a nice gold wire. So you can see here they are all together. So this was the piece that really called out to me. You know how much I love this this autumnal color palette with like the burnt orange and the browns, and like it goes beautifully with like this marigold sort of color that I'm wearing today. So this was one of the scarves that was going to be launching with the fall Hagim release, and I was able to snag it for my kit, and then the search was on to find something to go with it. And you all know I describe myself frequently as being a magpie in a human suit, so I said I want something sparkly. I was literally running around the back of the Rapunzel warehouse with this scarf, holding it up to everything, and this was the combination that I settled on. I thought that this really just like the golden tones in this complemented it so nicely. And even though it's this fall color story, these are both lightweight enough to be worn year-round. And then we wanted to pull an accessory to go with it, and we held up several things, but I really loved how the flowers in this headband really pulled that brighter white out of this scarf. So that's it, that's the kit. I'm gonna wrap a couple looks with the kit right now that I did in the photo shoots. Yeah, so I really hope that you enjoy it. I had a really wonderful time picking all of this out. I think that these are going to be, you know, like browns, like it's neutral tones, but also with just like a little bit, just like a little tiny bit of that bolder sort of element to play around with, just like a little bit of orange. Nothing to be scared of, just like an eensy teensy bit. Okay, so I am going to put this scarf on a little bit unevenly and at an angle, and give that a tie in the back. So this should be enough to be able to come up and over, which is what I need. It doesn't need to be super tidy in the back because it's one of those where we're just like gonna cover it up with the floral scarf. There we go. Just bring it around. Tuck my little fringes in. Again, this is like not a big deal. We're just gonna get ready to cover it up. And then this guy is also going to go on relatively unevenly. And so I want, for my shorter end, to be able to like come up to the top, but not be a whole lot longer than that. I'm gonna pull this guy out, make sure that all of my fringes are in fact covered back there, and then also tie this in a knot. And that's, I think, maybe just like a little bit too short. It's fine. We're gonna redo it. Not a big deal. All right, scooch just a little bit back. It's really just the more uneven that you can make this, the more dramatic of a veil effect you're going to get. So you don't even have to put it on unevenly if you don't want to. This is also another one of those wraps where if you have a larger head, you might have to make some modifications. I talked about this in one of my previous tutorials where this is the same look that I did with like the willow wisp scarf, which was like a peachy with pearls and silver designs from like the summer line last year that I did. And I did that with like a light purple 2-in-1. So I've already done this look before, but you know, it is a classic. All right, so now I'm going to put the headband on. Very conveniently, that flower is the center mark. So I'm just going to center that and tie this on. Now I've talked about this before, that with these headbands, so they come with these ribbons attached to the end, and they're just kind of like slip knotted through there. So like it's very easy to like remove the ribbons if you want to remove the ribbons, and then you can either tie them with a pin or something else that you can do, which I'm not going to do right now for reasons that will become clear later, is take one ribbon and thread it through both so that it kind of goes like that. And then it cinches down, in my opinion, more easily, and it's also just fewer ribbons to be managing at a later point in time. But that's okay, we're just gonna, for right now, for today, tie this in a little knot, a little bow, and then I'm just going to take all of my little extra ribbons here and just tuck them under. Tuck them under, tuck them in, no big deal. And then this scarf is now going to come up and over just behind it. Do exercise caution when doing this because some parts of that headband can get a little bit catchy, so it's usually a better idea to bring it up a little bit behind and then scooch it forward. Just like that, and this will help cover the ribbons on either side so that you don't really see those. Although I do think that the decorative portion of this headband is longer than other similar headbands that I've worked with in the past, so you will have less ribbon showing regardless, which was another thing that I really liked about it. All right, so now I have short end and long end, and these are going to get folded inwards with my raw edges, and they are going to come up. I'm just going to give that a little bit of arranging. Same thing on this side. Yeah, I probably should have done this side a little bit longer, but that's okay. And then I'm going to cross the short in the front here. And then tie that in a knot, and then this is going to constitute my veil in the back. So as you can see, that's pretty long. You can make this as long or as short as you want. And then this fringe is just going to get flipped up and back. And that's it. That is all there is to the look. Here it is from the front, from the side, from the back, and the other side. So I thought that was a really nice wrap especially to show off this scarf and the little tassels, which also, I mean, there's only like 4 tassels at the end here, so like if you are not a tassel fan, those are probably pretty easily removed. I know some people don't like a whole lot of tassel or fringe or whatnot. Yeah, it's just like you could easily unknot those and take them off. No big deal. Though I do not know why one would want to, but it is always an option. Okay. And now I'm going to undo this headband. So I was really torn when making this kit because I feel like these headbands are sometimes less versatile than a brooch would be. But I really wasn't feeling any of the brooch options. And then I got home and I started playing around and I realized that I can turn this into a brooch. So once again, I'm like relying on this as the center point. And all I'm gonna do is I'm going to start wrapping these around. And once I get a little further in, I'll take one of like the gems or the pearls on the bottom and just fold that up and over to hold it in place. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with the other strand, bring it around, take something on the bottom, and fold it over the top. And I am just going to keep going around just like that. And like, you can make this as loose or as tight as you want, depending on, you know, exactly the shape that you want to go for. And then getting to the end there, just twist that around itself. And like, these headbands are designed to have a degree of flexibility built into them. So like, just, you know, be gentle with them. But yeah, and then you have something that will hold together, and then you can use this just like you would use a brooch, and you can face those flowers out. You can pull any of like these little spritzy bits out further if you really want to. And you can also, you can take the ribbons off and pin it in place, or you can use these ribbons to tie it on. And so I am going to show you what tying it on looks like. Yeah, isn't that so pretty? And then you can use it just like you would use a brooch. I love that. So it is more versatile than I think a lot of people realize. So next I'm going to show you another way that you can do that. I'm going to put this on just a smidge unevenly. And I'm actually going to take this scarf, even though it's coming out this side, I'm going to switch it over to here. Okay. And pull that out here. Tie it in a knot. And then I'm going to bring these scarves over one at a time. I am going to start with the Shiny-licious. Bring that up and over. This one is going to come up right behind and through the middle so that I'm building all of these beautiful layers. Just try and keep that right down the middle. And then this scarf is going to come up here. I'm going to do a beginner's luck knot. Pull it through once. Pull it through a second time. And this would be like a great place to throw like a Sarah Rivkah bow in here, which is where you take a second. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. We're just gonna go for it. It might not be completely even, but that's what we're gonna do. So I am taking, where's my pocket? There we are. This end, and I'm just feeding it right back through. And this is where I might, under other circumstances, tuck in these tassels, but I like the way that they hang, so I'm just gonna let them continue to dangle out the back here fluff up this side of the bow and the other side of the bow, and there we go. That is my little Sarah Rivkah bow with the Sarah Rivkah kit. And I am now going to use this headband as a brooch, and I am just going to tie it on. So I'm going to start from the front, and I'm going to take these, I'm going to find the pockets, and I'm going to feed this through just like that. Find my ribbons on the other side and give that a little tie right there. And then I'm going to take these ribbons and just tuck them up and under. Press that. It's very secure. It's just, you know, it dangles out a little bit from the bottom just because my ribbons didn't come out on like 180 opposite sides of each other. It's better if you can do it that way, but here on video, I just didn't want to take the time to redo it. But yeah, and that's like, it's nice and secure. It's not going to go anywhere. And there it is, just like a brooch. So here is this look from the front, from the side. I just dig those tassels. I love them so much. The back and the other side. So that is it. That is my Sarah Rivkah kit. I hope you love it as much as I do. I'm definitely going to be wearing this a ton throughout the fall season. I also, not to spoil it, but I also have the November birthstone kit, the topaz kit, in my possession, and this goes with it so beautifully. It's like they're two halves of one kit. I can't wait to show you that one in a later video. But yeah, so that's the kit. That's a wrap for me. And until next time, thank you so much for watching.